is not going to have any trapped materials, and this thing is going to be ready to wrap. Alright, now, if you use water in a bowl right here, you don't need anything else. But if you use the spray, I like to put a napkin underneath my fly because I don't want the water all over everything. And then I'm going to lift it up and put my hand behind it, and I'm just going to make sure it's at a neutral point. Neutral point meaning that if I, see how if I let go it unspins? If I pull up it quits spinning? That point at where it quits spinning is the neutral point. Okay, so come in here, spray it. Not much, just a little. And then I'm going to come up with tension, and you'll see where that water started to part it. You're going to come in here and you're going to pinch and pull. Pinch and pull. Pinch and pull. Pinch, pull, and stroke. Pinch, pull, stroke. Alright, now, what I need to do, get everything out of the way, and come in here and start to wrap that in, and make sure your thread's out of the way and it's in the capturing point up here at the top. We're going to come in here. I probably could have moved that loop a little closer to the fly, which would have helped me, but if I make a couple wraps, it'll start right there instead. So, you don't want your material pointing this way. You want your material pointing that way. So you got to come in here and get a hold of it. It's already parted and pinched. Okay. I'm going to wrap that composite loop really tight. Not on top of each other, but right in front of each other. And we're stroking every piece of material completely out of the way on every stroke of, or every wrap of the composite loop. Now we're behind the eyes. I'm going to go in front of the eyes and continue on there. And now I'm going to secure that with a couple wraps, keeping tension on it. Now I'll cut it out of there and get it out of our way. Right, now, doesn't look like much right there, does it? But the wonderful thing about a composite loop is, this is why they are so deadly, so effective. It takes a little bit more time to tie these, but man, is it worth it. Back to our toothbrush, the friend, and we are going to take everything and go straight forward with all of it. Now, if something breaks or rips out right here, it's okay because it didn't want to come to the party either. Alright? So, we got this all stroked forward now. I'm making sure there's no trapped materials. Okay, good. See how it's all forward? Now we're going to go just the opposite direction. We're going to open that up. Just like so. Alright. Now, once you get it to this point right here, you could add a few things here. You can put grizzly hackles over them. You can, the sky's the limit, whatever you want to do. You could, there's a little bit room left here that I could take. Let's do it. I'll just show you. Let's do it. Grab some olive Signo laser dub, and I'm just going to make a dubbing loop using dubbing. Come in behind these eyes, make a little dubbing loop like so. This will bulk up the head a little bit. We could consider this fly finished, but I don't want to. So, put my spinning tool on it and get it out of the way for now. Grab a hunk of this dubbing. Now this dubbing, see how long this is it's quite long. So what I want to do is I want to take and material handle this so that all the ends are somewhat at each end of each. It has an end here, it has an end here now. And anything that's yucky, you get out of there. And then So now the overall length is not quite as long, but it's still too long for what we want to do. So every time that happens, you just find the center point, make sure all the ends are good here, make sure all the ends are good here. See, that one was a little bit not right. There we go. We're just going to find the center, fold it over the scissor, and now I have cut the length in half. Alright, so then I'm going to just take and totally spread this out and thin it out into like a line, if you will, because I'm going to put that in that loop and spin it. Alright, in the loop you go. Halfway point. We got a little bit more on one side than the other, and we want to line it up. Get it there. Spin it lightly. On this dubbing, start lightly, right there, quit. Now, come in with your toothbrush at this point and just start to lift it out a little bit. Because if you spin it too tight in the beginning, which I may have, it just wants to be a bear to get out of there. So we're just going to keep brushing it. And if it is a bear, then back up even to the pick and start to pick it out of there. Okay? There we go. Like so. You can even take your comb and comb it. That works good too. Alright, dubbing loop. Now I'm just going to stroke all that dubbing back. Come in behind the eyes one time. Maybe a second time I had room. Go over the top. Not a figure eight. And then wrap. And I'm just going to call it good right there. And secure it. Now I'm going to come in here. Cut that. Try and keep tension on it so it doesn't slip out of there on you. And then you want to secure this here with a few really good wraps and build a head right there at the end. And come in with a half hitch. And we're not done yet because we're going to do a little work on that head yet. But before you do anything else, you're just going to take and get all that dubbing out of that head as well. Okay, so those eyes really, for me personally, are more of a represent a bloody gill, but than an eye. But we could even put some red. Maybe we should have put some red dubbing in there to do that as well. You can just get so creative with representation of certain parts of the fly with using certain materials. Now, I don't whip finish. I hate them with a passion. I'm a half hitcher guy. Once, twice, 3 times. Alright? And I come in here with a little Zappa Gappa, and put it on there. And now I'm going to cut it. And make sure everything's all good to go. And after that dries, in seconds, I'm going to take my little black marker here, and I'm going to paint it black with my marker. Like so. Alright. Now, I'm going to paint or brush everything forward again. And I'm going to kind of let it stand up on its own. What I'm going to do here that you can't tell or see, but you'll be able to see on my Facebook page or Skagit Tire or wherever I post this, if I post this, is the fact that I'm going to go and get the blow dryer, and I'm going to blow dry everything, and that really is going to make it pop and to position for that. So this little Sculpin guy here is very deadly for steelhead. I don't care where you're fishing in the country. Some of these copper pieces are a bit long, but anyway. Hey, we did it in about 45 minutes. I got to learn how to do this quicker. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Have a good day. Tight lines.